Thanks for stopping by at Twisted Art Designs. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the different ways that I use for hiding my journaling, my private journaling to myself, on my art journaling pages. And before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you to the supporters who have bought me a cup of coffee. Jackie, Lindsay, Teresa, and Tracy, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I raise my cup to you, and we're having a cup of coffee together. So thanks for the love and support. I always appreciate it, and it helps me keep going with being able to share my tips and tricks and ideas with everyone. So let's get started, and I'll show you my ideas for hiding and doing different styles of journaling in your art journals. I've been art journaling for about 7 years now, and there are a lot of fun ways to do your lettering and do your journaling, and I just thought I would show some of the ways that I like to use. So to start with a page like this, I have my It's a Super Crazy World, and over here I've started my journaling on the top, and I've gone all around in a circle into the center with the journaling that is to myself. And that way you can see the page, you can see the titles, but the journaling you really have to really focus on to read the journaling. Another fun way is the upside down, right side up. So I started down here with my journaling, my handwritten journaling, and I connected all the words together. So there's no spaces. I used cursive writing, and as I'm writing along, I'm just writing and connecting the letters. So to demonstrate that on paper, say I was going to write, I'm having a wonderful day, I would come in here and I would do, I am having a wonderful day. And it's all linked together. I never lifted my pen once. So that is a really fun way of doing journaling. And so for a little tip to hide it a little bit more, I started it down here and I started it upside down. So I turned my book upside down. I started to write, connecting everything, and when I got here, I made the corner and I turned my book and I kept going until that second line is done. And then for the third line, I turned the book again and I kept going. So this whole thing is written all connected in one line, but some are right side up and some are upside down because I continued to flip my book. It's really nice because it's fun to look at, but you really can't readily read what is written on the page, so it kind of hides it. So now on pages like this, there is journaling, but you can't see it because I did the type of journaling that Tamara Lepore teaches a lot, and a lot of other mixed media artists teach, that when you're going to do a collage page, the first thing you do is take your pen or your pencil, and on your blank canvas, on your blank substrate, whatever that is, an art journal or a canvas or a board or cardboard or whatever you're working on, you take your pen and you write and you write and you write. You just write things that you need to get off your chest or that you want to give energy to the piece. They can be positive, they can be negative, it doesn't matter. It's all for you. It's your art journaling. And then you collage over it. So you can't see any journaling on this page, and I don't even remember what was written. But that doesn't matter. It's underneath, it's hidden, and it was just something to myself, just something I needed to say, get off my chest, and get down on the page. So that's another way to hide your journaling, is do it first, and then you do your artwork over it. Then there's this one. This one starts in the very middle. I did a swirl with my paint pen, and then I started writing, and I wrote in a circle going outward, all the way out, all the way out, all the way out. And it filled this whole page with words and journaling, but it's all in a circle, but it also creates some really cool interest as well. So that's a really fun way of hiding your journaling that's just to yourself. And I keep saying hiding it. It's not hidden. You can see it, and it is readable. It's just that when you look at the page, it's just camouflaged because it is in a pattern. Upside down, I do that a lot. So I've got my artwork on here and my border and my title, Don't Fall, It Hurts. And then I flipped my books upside down and all my journaling is written. And so technically it's upside down when you're looking at the page, and I have to flip the book over to read my journaling. Here's another one, find it in your heart to forgive. Here's another one where I did the back and forth. My words are not connected. It is just done in printing, but I did one straight, and then I would flip the book over, and the next line is going this way, and I flip the book, and the next line is going this way. So they go up, down, up, down, up, down. And it looks pretty in your background too. It's just a nice way of having your journaling in your art journal with your art, because that's what it's all about. You can do your journaling on other things like little note cards and things, and make pockets for your journals and tuck your journaling into a pocket. So you have your artwork, and instead of putting this right directly down on the page, I could have put it on another piece of cardstock, only glued 3 sides of it to make a little pocket, and then behind the girl had a hidden little card. So that's another way to do it too, is make little hidden spots on your journal. So then here's your cute title that everybody can see, but when you're looking at your journal to yourself, you've got a little pull-out pocket behind for your hidden messages to yourself. This page you can't readily see the journaling because the journaling is in the background and it is in white pen, so it is there, but it's just kind of hard to read. That's one way of camouflaging it, is to use a pen that's almost the same color as your basic color to your background. And this one, the journaling is throughout the hair, twisting and turning. It's easier to read on this one, but it's still kind of camouflage because you really have to take your time to read each winding and twisting part of the image. Here's another example of upside down, so it's going totally upside down up the page. And a lot of times in my journaling, I will write backwards like this. I aspired to be so many things, but the one thing I aspired to be most is me. So instead of like we normally in English language, we read from top to bottom, they're going the right direction, but you start at the bottom with the lines and then you work your way up. So when you look at it, it's kind of confusing to the brain, but if you stop and figure out how it's laid out, then you can read it. Here is journaling that is all going sideways. I used my Dilutions plastic Dilutions border template, and I made my swirl lines, and then I did all my journaling, and so it's all going sideways. And then I filled in all the letters that have closed parts to them are filled in with white, so it just makes a really pretty background. You can tell that it's written something, and that's a poem, but it's just really pretty, and it's kind of masked and hidden by the way that I did that. This is a great spot that demonstrates the going backwards up the page. It looks like it says grow I, and from the I learn, because we're used to reading it this way, but when I started my writing, I started at the bottom. I knew I have made 1,000,000, and I know I will definitely make 1,000,000,000 more, but that's okay. I learn from them and I grow. So my journaling goes upwards, starts at the bottom and goes up. Here's a fun page where I use the journaling inside the heart. So I started, where did it start? I started over here and I connected my lettering like I showed you in the beginning, but then I went all the way around inside the heart, twisting and turning it, and it just makes this look very, very interesting to look at, but hard to read at a glance. And here's one where I put the journaling in her hair. So I made my little lines, painted them black, and used a white Posca paint pen to do the journaling words inside of her hair. There's this one where I did my girl with her twisted hair, and the journaling goes around her hair. Life is full of twists and turns. Just stay strong and ride the waves. So I did a wave and I did twisted hair, and then I did the journaling around the hair. It's another fun idea. And another one where the journaling is in her hair. It's just written in colored pencil, and it's kind of willy-nilly like with the texture of her hair, so it really blends in and hides within her hair. I love that. So there's so many ways of putting your art journaling onto your pages. When I first started doing it, I was doing more of the art. So I was doing more of the drawings and coloring in and the fancy pictures, but there weren't any words. Then I kind of graduated on to finding a saying that I like and adding the saying to the page, and found a lot of did a lot of my pages where they've got sayings on them. Sometimes it just feels good to dangle, so I would add a saying to the page. But now I'm kind of branching out more, and I am adding more journaling to myself within my pages. I've seen a lot of people that don't put any journaling on their art journal pages, and it's personal preference, but now that I am doing it, I really encourage you to do it too. It's really a nice way to journal and get something off your mind and off your heart, and either talk about something fun and positive or something negative that you really need to release and let go of. And it's on paper, and it becomes energy for your artwork. It becomes a part of the artwork, and I think that's really a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's as beautiful as the artwork that you can create. My camera battery died, and as I charged it, I went ahead and did some journaling on this page. I kind of did a little bit of changes to it. I had done it, this page, I always date them, and I did it about 1.5 years ago, so it's fun to go back and just add a few details and touches as you learn new tricks and techniques. But it was fun too to put some journaling off to the side. So on some of my old artwork pages, I may go back and add some journaling because it's just a nice touch. So anyway, what I was saying is, I'm not an expert. I'm just here to give suggestions, inspire you, maybe give you some ideas for things you haven't tried in your art journals, and hopefully you'll come away with it and say, oh, I've got to put that on my art journal page because I really like the idea. So that's what it's here for. That's what I'm here for. So do your art journaling in a circle, from center out, from outside into the center, around your borders of your pages, backwards, upside down, flip the words, one line going this way, one line going this way, and staggering and stair-stepping it, write it backwards, write it upside down. There's so many different ways of adding art journaling to your pages. So I hope you got something fun from this, and that you're making art in your art journal, and that it is helping you in your life, because it sure helps me. Until next time, make art, because art soothes the heart.